My name is Kristen Brooke. I help people overcome traumatic experiences. I am a speaker, author, and entrepreneur, entertainer. I wear many hats. I'm also a mom. And I am so excited and happy to be here today and share my wealth of knowledge on resilience with all of you today.
Good morning. I'm Lindsay Mattis. I'm so excited to be here with you today. I'm an author, I'm a speaker, and I'm an HR professional in the process of pivoting from internal work with executives to external consulting with executives to help build a culture of kindness within their organizations with the expectation that by transforming workplaces, we will be transforming the world.
Thank you. Who's next?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Isa Meg-Sombol. I am an aspiring author, serial entrepreneur, business consultant, and recruitment strategist. I help individuals discover their identity and their purpose, discover their skills, and dominate their gifts. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Lauren Josephs. I'm a researcher and behavioral scientist and CEO of Visionary Vanguard Group, which is a consulting firm that provides research, evaluation, training, and technical assistance to governmental entities and private corporations.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jacqueline Lauderdale, also known as Coach Jackie. I'm a speaker and coach. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I am so excited about this panel discussion. You know, women are pivotal. We're doing so great. And this is our time. I see so many more people, so many more women in the entrepreneur world. And so I wanted to have the discussion to see, how are you guys managing? What's unique to women managing the world of entrepreneurship? How are you doing this? Who wants to go first? Maybe Dr. Lauren wants to go first. Oh my goodness. Best habit.
So, my unique strengths as an entrepreneur are they're varied, and I think that because I'm a researcher and a behavioral scientist, I work well with numbers, right? However, that has to be counterbalanced by the intuitiveness that I think is a hallmark of many women. I think it's important to be able to read a room, to get a sense of the undercurrents that are in place. You know, there are certain things that I think that I, as a woman, grapple with that may be unique to women because I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a mentor, I'm a friend, and it's many hats to juggle. And so I think that the reason that I've been successful is because I have learned to, you know, there's no balance. I was going to say balance, but to tell you the truth, there is no balance. I've learned to shift priorities, right? So not everything can be important at the same level at all times. And so that's what I would say is learning how to juggle, to keep in mind and in central focus the things that are non-negotiable. Like my child needs to be okay, my home life needs to be okay, but to recognize that I can't be all for all, and that I need to shift priorities where necessary to make sure that all, you know, all the needs are met in business and in my personal life.
Great point. I heard you say a lot, but one of the main things that I'm going to take away is that they are important things and urgent things, and we have to prioritize because everything is important because you wear so many different hats. You wear the hat of an entrepreneur, but the most important thing is you're a mother. and that comes first. How do you manage being a mother and your unique skill in the entrepreneurial world?
So I make sure that I keep my personal life a priority. Once home's taken care of, then I can focus on the other things, especially in the business world. So I think with women, I think we have an innate ability to read into things and figure out where there's a need to make something better, or to kind of see how we can adapt in the work, whatever's needed to adapt in the workforce.
Okay, thank you very much. Who wants to chime in here?
I'll chime in.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I find that being a woman in business and being in business for myself, making a lot of decisions, it takes the intuition and it takes the prioritizing, and it also takes a lot of sacrifice. So any gender, any sex, you are going to find that you have to sacrifice in order to get to where you want to go. And it's a matter of making a decision and committing to it. And I think as a mom, there have been nights, to be honest, where I've ended the day and I felt like a great business person and a great leader, and mom had to just give that kiss and the child was already asleep. But you make those tough decisions in order to climb the ladder that you're trying to climb, not just for yourself, but also for them. And I think sometimes that is a very unique situation that a lot of women, particularly single mothers, find themselves in. So it's the willingness to also sacrifice.
Boy, that's going to come up a lot when you talk about entrepreneurial world. Not just entrepreneurial world, but balancing being a woman is so different because we are nurturers and we want to nurture in the workforce or in our business as well as be nurturers in our home life. Oh my goodness, how do you balance this?
So what I do is I eventually started practicing what helped me thrive in the corporate world. So when I was working in the corporate world, my calendar was very organized. I used Outlook, I color coded, talking block times and prospecting time and whatever the case is. What I didn't do though is I had separate calendar for my personal life and a separate calendar for my work life. And at the time, work always seemed like a priority because I'm a single mom. And so you're constantly thinking about like sole provider, gotta hustle, right? And I worked for a lot of companies where the hustle, the grind, work hard, play hard. So what I started to do though, again, after my health situation and whatnot, and I kind of had to start all over and build from the ground up myself. So now my calendar has everything. My calendar has, because when it came to business, I felt like there was an accountability that my clients, my candidates expected from me. And then the burnout happened at home, right? The running around with my daughter, and everything that I needed to accomplish there. And then, so now, best way to put it is I put my mask on first, then it's my daughter, and then the business comes after, but they all go hand in hand. And so now I don't disregard the other calendar. They're all in one. I have doctor's appointments. I have work stuff. I have Zooms. I have events. Whatever the case is, if I'm blocking something, it's on my calendar now. I also use an agenda. So I'm very visual. So I have it on my calendar for the reminders and they're color coded. I also have an agenda where I'm writing. And for a long time, I used to be against writing stuff down, right? But now I know it's an accountability piece. I used to not want to write it down because I would see it and be like, dang, to-do list of 10 and I only got to 3. And then I'd be stuck in that. Now it's like, okay, I started making the list a little smaller. And as you check them off, you feel accomplished and you're ready for the next thing.
Yeah.
And so that's essentially how I handle everything now. And I really feel like I have self-care. It's put into that every day. Don't wait till Sunday. Like, do a little bit every day. personal, professional, family, all of it. But it shouldn't be the business first anymore. That's the result.
I really love that. In corporate America, it's become this work-life balance concept, and that is a lie. Work should not be half of our lives. Life is here, and work is a part of that. And I think that we have been sort of, hesitate to use the brainwashed, but we've been encouraged throughout our lives that we have to find a work-life balance. And that's just unfair because there are so many things in our lives that we need to do, one of which is motherhood. My master's degree was in organizational leadership with a servant leader certificate. And what I really resonated to me in servant leadership was motherhood. And it comes with its own definition, its own ideology. And when we incorporate that idea of nurturing, of discipline as kindly as possible, but moms, don't let you get away with stuff, right? We are here, we are disciplining, and we are loving. And that's how I have always tried to do my HR as well. I have lovingly been called an HR momager. But that's how I have incorporated those moments. And I have failed, right? Because I was focusing on being a businesswoman, and I had to be a professional, and I had to be an executive. And so I missed things in my children's lives that I wish that I could go back and fix, but I cannot. But we move forward and you reprioritize and you look for that. And there's value. My children are older, and my daughters have said, Mom, you're an example, and we could follow you and see what does a strong, powerful businesswoman look like. And so it was valuable. But in my heart, I'm like, I only got to see one cheerleading event. The rest of the time I was at work, So finding that early, incorporating that love and protection and desire to make the people around you feel better. It's built into, I believe, the whole concept of motherhood, and that it makes us, when we bring that to our work, when we bring that to who we are and what we're doing, that is powerful and it is inclusive.
Oh, so powerful. Thank you. Woo. Yes, please.
I think
So
that
many things. Okay.
I agree wholeheartedly with that. And I think that as women, we're navigating in these cultures, whether it's our own business or a business culture of someone that we're working for, and we're trying to make those sacrifices based on priority when we learn to become a new kind of leader. As you set out in your career and you're young, you're navigating without knowledge, and it sometimes takes being knocked down and missing out on those events to say, you know what, I know what's valuable to me, and the next time the sacrifice will be different. And the priorities shift and they change because we have that intuition of, you know what, I thought that was valuable, but now I can take a new direction.
There's another part of it. We're in business to succeed, right? And when we look at the data, you see that in the first year of business, 20% fail. In the second year, 30%. By the fifth year, 50%. By the 10th year, 70% of businesses fail. And when we look at women-owned businesses specifically, we are not faring as well. So I think that one of the reasons why sometimes it's out of balance is because we have to work hard. As a person who has been an entrepreneur for 15 years, I realized that I'm a dinosaur just based on the data. And so it's important to give ourselves grace for those moments where we have to be absent, right? And to find opportunities to make it work. I woke up this morning at 3 o'clock in the morning so that I could be at the airport at 4:30. to get a 6 o'clock flight, and I'm flying back home this evening. Why? Because it was important for me to support Dr. Nicholson at this event, but it's also important to me to be at home for my child who has school tomorrow. And so I think that sometimes we are hard on ourselves, but the reality of being a woman in business and recognizing, particularly as a Black woman in business, that the data says that on average revenue is $24,000 per year versus 218,000 for white women-owned businesses in general on average. The disparities dictate some of the effort, and so while it's important to strive for that meaningful balance in life, sometimes, particularly as new, I'm not sure where you all are in your entrepreneurial journeys, but sometimes the sacrifice is necessary to get to the point where you can thrive.
Absolutely. I agree with everything you said. And I hear you guys, you have made some strong points. And the bottom line is, I have been in business for, okay, I'll say more than 25 years. I'll just say that so that I don't age myself. Okay, so I've been in business for more than 25 years. And I have missed so many of my children's milestones. But I don't regret it, because I've always been there for them. And what's unique to us as women is that we're going to prioritize our families, even if it means not being there and doing something in your work or for your children outside of being there for them at the moment. So that's tough to hear. I have no regrets. And I think as women, we should give ourselves grace, like Dr. Joseph said, because one of the things that will help us through and is unique to us as women is our ability to be kind to others when we see a need. So be kind to ourselves. Okay? That's it. You guys really covered this, and I appreciate you. Thank you for being a part of this panel. That's the only question I'm going to ask, because you guys covered this very well. Thank you so much. All right? All right. Well done.